Hello and good evening. My name is John, and we are here playing Death Synchronicity. Death Synchronicity. Tomorrow Comes Today, which is part of my Steam. This is part of my Steam cleaning series. I go through every game in my Steam library and stutter over the intro. But we're gonna play this game. We're gonna arbitrarily rate it and review it. I don't know what this game is. Death Synchronicity, but we're gonna give it a try. New game. Oh, that's peaceful. Victor Robin students, those with Data Lake Entertainment presents. Oh, a lot of people flying by there. Tokyo? Time has stopped. Whoa.
Do you think he'll recover?
I don't know. It's too soon to say. We should let him rest. He's been very feeble for weeks. He can't get up. He doesn't speak. Do you think we should call a doctor?
Call a doctor? Here?
You're right. Let's just hope he wakes up one of these days. Come on, my friend. Hang on. Don't give up. Please, let me
This intro moves at a clip. Whoosh. Alright. Well, based on what I saw there,
Wake up, Michael.
I'm guessing
Come on.
adventure game?
You have to wake up.
Point and clicking? Yep. What's happening? Who are you? What's happening?
What's happening? What is this place? Please, tell me.
Please, Michael, wake up. Wake up.
This silence. And this darkness. Where am I? Damn it. I can't remember. Who are you? Who's there?
Michael, please wake up. You have to wake up.
Michael? Is that my name? Please
Michael.
tell me where I am. I can't remember anything. Where are you? Where are you hiding?
Wake up, Michael. Please wake up. Wake up now.
Don't go! Please! Come back! Come back! This silence. This darkness. This emptiness.
Aww. I have a suitcase. An empty suitcase. Wait. Oil can. Act 1. A camp full of rots. Whoa.
Good morning. I hope you're feeling better.
But...
Now don't be alarmed. I'm glad you feel strong enough to get out of bed. That's wonderful news. I must say you're looking much better.
Thank you.
Considering what you've been through, of course.
Who are you?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive my manners. You've been with us for so long that I forgot that you don't know who we are. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rod Atkinson. I was
Rod.
the director of the Municipal Property Registry before, well, you know,
No, I don't.
before the world collapsed on us.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Atkinson. But
Oh, a little zoom in. No awkward handshake. Can you tell me what I'm... Oh.
can you tell me what I'm doing here?
Yes, of course. I think we owe you an explanation. A few days after the Great Wave, we found you lying in a ditch
Great
near the
Wave.
airport. You were badly injured and unconscious. We couldn't just leave you there. Someone had already stolen your luggage and identification. It was awful. So we decided to take care of you ourselves and brought you here. You've been with us ever since. By the way, I should tell you that when we found you, your clothes were ripped to shreds.
To
So we
shreds,
threw
you
them
say?
away. The clothes you're wearing now are mine. You'll find more things in that wardrobe. If you need anything, just help yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Atkinson. but...
Hi, Kerbal. A great wave? What are you talking
Great
about?
wave? What are you talking about?
All the humans
Well,
on the planet
what
did the
would I
wave
be
together.
talking about? That damned, excuse my language, explosion that brought ruin to all of us. The origin of this filthy new world that now seems to be our permanent reality. You look a little confused, if you don't mind my saying so. Do you really not know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
I don't know. I'm afraid not. Let me ask you.
You said with us. Well, what you told me, I see you saved my life.
From what you've told me, I see that you've saved my life. I'm very grateful, Mr. Atkinson.
No, please. You don't have to thank us. We just did what we had to. It's our moral obligation to uphold the ethical principles of civilization in this new world. But call me Rod, please. And, well, we also did it for Colin, you see.
We've taken
What
your
kind
kidneys.
of future does he face if we accept that it's every man for himself, that no one cares about anyone else? It's a terrifying prospect, don't you think? We're just doing whatever we can to avoid that future, that's all.
Colin?
Yes, Colin is our only child. Our one ray of hope since the catastrophe.
Is his name
I'm
Ray
going
or
to confess
Colin?
something to you. Colin is the only reason my wife and I still struggle to keep going in this new world. We would have given up a long time ago if it weren't for him.
Of course. I understand. So that was your wife's voice that woke me up a few minutes ago, right?
My wife? No, that's impossible. My wife has been with me in the other room the whole time. We haven't come out of there for hours. But I'm glad you're feeling better and are fully conscious now.
Well.
I guess we could say you've been reborn. And
Ooh.
although the circumstances aren't the best, simply being alive nowadays is practically a luxury. So, welcome to our home.
You said with us. Who else lives here? Probably his wife
You
and Colin.
said with us. Who else lives here?
Ah, yes, of course. I still haven't properly introduced my family to you. Now is a bad time, but I promise to make proper introductions later. My wife and I sleep in the other room, and, well, little Colin sleeps with us.
Whoa. So, I don't mean to complain, but I'm going to. So I do mean to complain. Any adventure game where you have to go through every voice chat option to progress the plot, why give me the if I'm not making a choice that's meaningful, I'm going to listen to all these dialogue boxes or all these dialogue options in any way, so why not just, play them all?
Where am I? What is this place?
You are in what I venture to call our home, our humble, hopefully temporary home. This is one of the many trailers that make up the refugee camp, and believe me, we can consider ourselves lucky to live between these four walls. Most of the inhabitants of this hellhole, excuse my crude language, have nothing more than plastic tarps and cardboard for
Ouch.
shelter.
Wait a second. Did you say refugee camp?
Yes, of course. The Facility for Temporary Accommodation of Disaster Victims is what they called it. You know, after the army declared martial law following the catastrophe. But do you really not remember? Do you really not remember anything
Buddy, I
about all
had a
this?
head injury.
I feel a little weak and dizzy, Mr. Atkinson. Excuse me. I'm afraid I can't. I can't remember a thing.
I see. There have been many cases like yours in the camp. Try to rest and not to get too agitated. Well, there's one thing I can tell you. You can consider yourself fortunate. There's nothing nice to remember about recent times, believe me.
Oh. Ooh.
Rod! Rod!
Please excuse me, but I have to leave you now.
No, wait, please. What's happening? Don't go yet.
I'm sorry, I understand that you have a lot of questions to ask me, but now isn't the time. Believe me, I promise to answer each and every one of your questions in peace and quiet later. Sorry, but I have to go.
Rod, please, quickly!
Okay, all right.
Now that you're feeling better, you can go out and take a walk around the camp. But please, be very careful out there. The world you knew before
It's gone.
Heed my warning, don't touch anything. Don't talk to anyone, and don't get mixed up in anything, at least until someone explains to you how things work in this new world the Great Wave left us. Everything has changed so much out there.
All right. Thanks for the advice.
Ah, one more thing before I go. You've been with us for quite a while now, and we don't even know what to call you. What is your name?
My name?
Synchronicity.
Michael. My name is Michael.
Very
Michael!
pleased to meet you, Michael. We'll talk again later, I promise.
Michael. That's what that disembodied voice called me. That must be my name. Wake up, Michael. That's all she said. Leaving me in this immense void where I can't remember anything. A great wave? New world? Refugee camp? But what the devil could have happened out there? I think it might be a good idea to go out there and take a look.
Alright. Oven. Open. Pot lid. Take.
There's a very worn old notebook hidden under the lid. The cover is practically falling off the spiral binding. It looks like someone stashed it here some time ago and then forgot about it.
Should I take it? I guess I did. Alright.
This oven is... There's nothing left.
Alright, empty oven.
A pile of frying pans, plates, and dirty silverware. Ugh, this place smells like a cheap, greasy spoon.
You saved your life, buddy.
The old closet Rod told me about. It's funny. With the glass and the door shattered, my reflection in the mirror is fragmented.
Just like
a
my
photo
memories.
ripped into little pieces and taped back together. Impossible. It's locked.
What?
I'm afraid my host forgot to unlock it before he left.
What?
I'm not gonna snuff.
Turn the lamp off. Family
It's an
photo.
unframed snapshot, stuck directly on the wall of the room. 2 adults and a child, smiling at the camera, in what looks like an enormous yard. One of them is Rod, my host.
Move the sheet. Oh no.
Well, look at that. When I pulled back the sheet, part of it got torn on the spring sticking out of the bed frame. I hope Rod doesn't notice. The bed frame under the mattress is so battered that one of the springs is turned into a very sharp protruding object.
That's dangerous. So that means I have a...
A depressing sight. This is the bed where This oven, there's nothing...
Alright. Locked?
It's no use. It won't open. I heard Rod bolt it from inside.
Alright, well, let's, see the world! See what awaits us.
Good God. What the hell happened here? Rod was right. I don't know what hit this place. But whatever it was, it struck into its very foundations, without any mercy whatsoever. What's happening now?
You better hide, dude.
What the?
Don't you know that it's dangerous to show your face when the cleanup brigades come into the camp? You're new here, aren't you?
Cleanup
Yeah,
brigades.
you could put it that way.
Well, welcome to your new home. I'm Hank, but everyone calls me the Hunter.
Hey, Hunter.
Michael, but what's going on up there?
Nothing, Mike, just routine. The cleanup brigades are taking away a sick person, a dissolved. You know how it is, just doing their job. Ironically, that house belongs to one of the camp moles. Those traitorous scumbags.
Brigades, dissolved, moles. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't remember anything.
Oh, I see, you're a blankhead. Well, you better get up to speed real quick if you want to survive here, Mike. Find me if you need help, dude. I can get you whatever you need. Doesn't matter where it is, how fast it runs, or where it tries to hide. That's why they call me the Hunter.
All right, I'll remember that.
Come back here! Don't take her away! Don't you know who I am? Come back here! Ah!
They shot that poor man in cold blood. But why did they do that?
Where'd Hunter
Hey.
go?
Hank?
You know, I like the visual styling of it,
I'm
but
afraid he's gone.
some of the lack of animations feels a little rough. What the? Hello?
But what's happening? What is this? What the hell's going on here? Good God.
You have my
I'm starting
attention,
to lose my
game.
mind. Time has left these hinges bent and rusted. There's no way I'm going to be able to break open this door with my bare hands.
What if I use this pot lid?
I don't see anything here.
Oh, covered. Wait, no. Oh, I don't want to steal it.
Hey, you! Don't even think of putting your paws on that shopping cart. Stay away from my stuff, or I swear I'll rip your guts out with my bare hands.
Sorry, buddy.
Okay, calm down. I won't touch anything.
What if I put this pot lid on? On.
Ouch! Damn it! This vacant lot is full of trash and broken glass. I managed to rip open the sole of my foot and a rusty nail.
Hey, it's not good to walk around barefoot in this enormous trash heap. You won't get very far without shoes.
Thanks for the tip.
The tip is yours to keep. But if you come near my things, you're a dead man. Understood? Wait, I recognize you. Aren't you the guy Rod's been taking care of in his trailer all this time?
Yes, I am. Do you know Rod?
Of course I do. Everyone in the camp knows Rod.
Rod!
You owe him your life. Don't doubt that for a second. Nowadays, no one in his right mind would do what he did for you. For a total stranger. That's what that poor devil is like. A sitting duck for the wolves of the New World.
Yes, I'm very grateful to him. But tell me, can I ask you a few questions?
Zoom in! The Great
I've been
Wave.
hearing about an enormous explosion. The Great Wave. What on earth are they talking about?
What kind of question is that? Where have you been all this time? Sleeping in a cave?
Well, you could say that.
The Great Wave is the reason we're confined here like animals. The entire world went to hell in a handcart that day, and we went with it.
I've been able to see that with my own eyes. Can you tell me anything else?
Okay, I'll tell you what I know. The Great Wave hit us one Friday afternoon right out of the blue. I remember it perfectly because I'd just come out of an important meeting at that precise moment. I'd made a lot of money from a very fat contract. Yes, sirree, Bob. Very, very fat. First, we felt the ground quaking, as if a volcano was about to erupt right under our feet. I had to get out of my car and run. Then came the explosions. Glass broke. Buildings toppled. And then for weeks, the stench of corpses rotting in the streets. In just a few hours, that damn Great Wave sent us all, with our businesses, our money, and our convertibles, straight back to the Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages?
Of course! Are you surprised? In a matter of minutes, we were left with no electricity, no water, no communications. And after the initial chaos, the dissolved started to show up. And that horrible gash opened up in the sky. That stupid breach up there that no one in this hellhole has bothered to explain to us. The fact is that the remains of the old system only held up for a few weeks. And through the cracks, what you see around you started seeping in.
The New World, right?
Yes, indeed. You catch on fast. The New World was here to stay. Welcome to the future, son. Not exactly the way you pictured it, huh?
They have lip sync for these conversations. That's weird.
Confined? Do you mean we can't leave the refugee camp?
Refugee camp. I've always found that term amusing. It seems like things on the other side of the fence work a little better. But here, look around you. Does this look like a refugee camp? It's an army detention camp, and you're a prisoner. Once you come in here, you lose everything, even your name. To them, you're nothing more than a rat, just another camp rat. You'd never be able to get through the gate, especially if you don't know anyone or don't have any contacts on the outside. Doesn't matter who you might have been before the old world collapsed. Believe me, I speak from experience. If you're just a camp rat, I'm afraid the only way out of here is feet first. I don't know if you get my meaning.
Of course I do. Thanks for your encouraging words.
You can keep the words, but come near my things and you're a dead man.
Do any of these characters have their eyes open?
This shooting. Could you explain to me what just happened here?
Explain what exactly? That show the cleanup brigades put on? Someone got too chatty and ratted out a sick person, that's all. There's usually a pact of silence in the camp. No one likes to see one of their own in those ambulances. But in this case, the dissolved was a relative of one of the camp moles. Ironic, isn't it?
But they shot a man.
Yes, so they did. So what?
Bullets still work.
The price of human life has gotten a lot cheaper lately. That needn't surprise anyone these days.
His line readings aren't super great.
Did you say dissolved?
Of course, dissolved. But what the hell's wrong with you? Those people are a real plague. They're sick, and, so they say, highly contagious. Let me give you a piece of advice about them. If you see one, run the other way like he was the devil himself. Even if they don't give you that deadly disease or drive you crazy with their trances, the cleanup brigades will kill you for hiding one. You saw it with your own eyes. They don't even respect their own camp
Collins
moles.
dissolved.
Let's talk about... Tell me about Rod.
Well, I don't know him very well, but they say he's decent enough.
Decent guy.
Did you know that before coming here, he was someone important, but they're
government.
not good enough to get that stupid do-gooder and his family out of here?
Stupid do-gooder?
Well, you know how it is.
Good
Rod is
Samaritan.
he has helped a lot of people in the camp, but I reckon that he's too weak for these times. I don't know how long he'll be able to survive.
You said he had a son.
Ah, yes, Colin. I haven't seen that kid running around here for some time. Do you know if he's all right?
I don't know. I still haven't seen him.
He's got to be
His father
dissolved.
told me about him.
Well, I'm glad he's not anywhere near me.
Well,
Just be...
Well, I can't go walking. Can't open the car door. Let's go back in there.
impossible. It's locked. I'm afraid my host forgot.
This notebook.
It's an old accounting ledger that still has a few blank pages left in it. From what's written in here, it looks like someone was using it as a diary before ripping out almost all its pages and leaving it inside the oven in the trailer.
He's been talking about his grandparents again, to my dead parents, mother suffering, rumbling in the sky. Okay.
It's a bit dented. It was used, in fact. It's still...
Alright, so first question. Is there a tab to show settings? No, there's not a tab to show available hotspots. Dishes, can't open that. Can't go this way. I mean, does using the hot lid on the...
Better not. The squeak of the protruding bed springs scraping against this metal lid would grate on my nerves. If I want to open up the closet, the oil lamp is... Better not fool with it.
Uh-huh.
Use this here? I don't see... I don't think... I don't see... I'm afraid I... No. With my foot in this condition, I wouldn't get very far. I think it would be better to go back inside the trailer and try to take care of this wound. It doesn't look too good.
Alright.
Impossible. I'm afraid my...
Take care of this wound.
This springs... The mattress still... I must have been lying on... A depressing... This is the bed... The mattress... I must... This oven is... There's nothing left. With the glass and the door broken, I doubt anything's been baked in this oven.
Take care of this wound. I don't have anything to take care of this wound with. I mean, I have a notebook. I mean, if I would have gotten that torn piece of cloth, I would have made a bandage, but I don't see that anywhere.
Impossible. Someone improvised a bomb. Although the smoke starts to irritate the lungs pretty quick, it seems like the only heating system the camp inhabitants have. A supermarket shopping cart full of plastic bags, ready to burst. This individual, who looks like a bum, never takes his eyes off it, and the swarm of insects fluttering around the merchandise don't either. Let's see. I could swear that the lid is just the right size for this drum. Perfect.
Is that good?
Damn it! What's going on? This damn shithole is going to be the end of us.
Is he blind?
I'll have to do this quickly, before this man stops coughing. Well, let's see what we have
Kill us
here.
all. That's what they want.
Ugh. I don't see anything but rotten food, tattered clothes, and trash. Wait a minute. It seems like there's also a small billfold with a bunch of credit cards.
Shithole is going to be the death
What the hell is this guy doing with so much plastic money? Someone improvised it, but now that I've covered the top.
They mean to kill us all. That's what they want.
So I have a credit card?
Impossible.
Well, let me try the credit card on the door to jimmy it.
Let's see if I can do this.
Well,
Good. The mechanism gave way in the first try, but the card is trashed.
mechanism.
For my sake, I hope that guy outside never finds out about this.
Whiskey.
Not just yet. I'm grateful to Rod for his house. It won't take more than a few hours for the wound on my foot.
Alright, so...
For now, it's just a pillowcase. Okay. Let's see how well this protruding bed spring can cut.
Invisible pillowcase!
I'll use a little of what's in the bottle to soak the bandages. Putting these bandages on this wouldn't help me.
No, on me. On me?
It doesn't look... Here goes.
And on the shoes?
I'll use the bandages on my foot. I hope the alcohol is enough to keep it from getting infected. Let's pray this improvised remedy doesn't lead to a delightful case of gangrene.
What bastard put a lid on the drum? You tried to suffocate me, you bunch of assholes!
I
Really?
think that guy out there just discovered the reason for his sudden coughing fit.
Some coward in this shithole wanted to suffocate me! Me! Who was it? Who was it? Come back here so I can give you back your lid, you son of a bitch!
Wow, angry.
Did you hear that noise, Rod? What's going on out there?
I don't know. I'll go have a look. I think it's that poor drunk who's always hanging around the trailer. He's kicking up a fuss again. It's a good thing poor Colin can't hear his insults.
Don't ever say anything like that again, Rod.
I'm sorry, honey. I wasn't thinking.
Wait a minute. There's that moaning again. What's happening in that room?
Why is it my business?
What are you doing here? Get out of here! You've no business being in this room!
Rod, I'm sorry. But what's going on?
Get out of here,
Rock
Michael.
music.
You didn't see anything, understood? Out! Out! Excuse my outburst, Michael. I shouldn't have behaved that way. It's not like me. But this new world brings out the worst in all of us. It's just that I can't stand to see Colin suffer this way. So for your own good, please, stay away from this room.
Away? Why?
It's no use trying to hide it. You're bound to find out sooner or later. Colin is very sick, and the authorities claim his illness is highly contagious.
Highly contagious? Is he one of the dissolved?
Michael, I won't let anyone use that word in my house!
Oh, okay, buddy.
Yes, Colin caught that damn disease.
What does this
What
disease?
exactly does the disease consist of?
I don't know, Michael. No one really does. The only news is what the army brings us. They say the disease is highly contagious, and it's our duty to turn over all victims to the cleanup brigades. But no one has ever come back after being carried off in one of those ambulances. No one. So we can't let them take Colin, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, of course I understand.
They say that all the victims are condemned, that there's no salvation for anyone, that at the end of their suffering and their trances lies certain death. I think that even the army is afraid of the victims. Really strange things happen around them, Michael. Things you wouldn't believe.
What things happen around people infected with the disease?
Strange things with no possible explanation. In their trances, they go places, Michael. They bring back information. They know things. They
What?
talk to people who are no longer with us. And we've been living like this for weeks. The things that are happening around Colin are getting more and more confusing and hard to bear.
Talking to the dead?
Whoa.
Jesus. This man's nerves are shot from the exhaustion and stress.
But how did Colin get
And how
infected?
did Colin get infected?
We don't know. No one knows how the disease is spread. The only thing we know is that the disease appeared after the catastrophe, and that it's spreading like wildfire.
So the Great Wave brought the dissolved with it?
Yes, but don't use that word again. Not in this house, anyway. It's so cruel and disrespectful. In effect, that's the only thing we know for sure about all this insanity. The Great Wave took everything from us and left us with this epidemic.
What's happening to Colin is terrible. If only there was something I could do.
Well, Michael,
You
can
can
help us. I'm convinced that our finding you was no coincidence. You've got to help us.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But you said yourself that all the victims are condemned. What can I do?
No, all is not lost. In the camp, there are rumors of a cure. It seems that in the city, on the other side of the fence, the victims have access to a drug. But we can't get it here. And my contacts out there, well, let's just say they can't do anything to help.
So there's a drug that can cure them.
Yes, but they say that
Zombrex.
producing it takes a long time and is very expensive. And so it's reserved for city dwellers who can afford to pay for it. Get us that drug, Michael. I beg of you, please. Colin's time is running out.
Okay.
Getting involved looks dangerous. I saw that shooting out there. There's also the possibility of infection.
Infection? Are you afraid for your life, Michael? Without our help, you'd be dead right now.
Wow,
Dead.
guilt trip.
Don't forget that. What's more, I could help you in return. I could help you get back what you lost. Don't you see?
Give me back what I lost? But you hardly know me, Rod.
I know the essential part, Michael. I know that you're a blankhead.
Ooh.
Blankhead. What the devil
Don't
is
use
that?
that word in this
A
house.
blankhead is a person with no memories, who can't remember anything. It seems that the Great Wave had an enormous neurological impact on certain people, Michael. You're not the only one, or even the worst case. There are people who even forgot how to talk and how to walk after the explosion. Some ended up dying of starvation. They forgot what food looked like, how to chew it, even that eating was a necessity. You can consider yourself lucky. You still remember how to keep yourself alive. And that's the important thing. The natural recovery process is slow. It can take months, if at all. Listen to me, Michael. A man without memories is just a shadow. Or even worse, he's nobody.
Nobody.
I still have some contacts out there. I was an important man in the municipal government. I could trace your name, your data in public records, your fingerprints. I could restore your whole life in the blink of an eye.
Ooh.
But please, help us.
I'm grateful for your help, Rod, and for everything you people have done for me. But
Listen to me, Michael. We know that it's possible that our son is condemned to die. In fact, my wife and I have everything prepared for when he leaves us. Our child is the only thing that keeps us holding on in the new world. Nothing would have any meaning for us without him. So if there is even the slightest chance of saving him, we are prepared to do whatever it takes.
Including blackmail.
Please, Michael, help us.
Michael. Michael.
For God's sake, listen to him. He's just a child.
Rod, come in here, quickly!
Bring us that cure, and we'll help you get your life back. Colin is our only hope in this new world. Help us save our future, and I'll give you back your past.
Help me
I
help you.
promise you. Goodbye, Michael.
Goodbye.
no, Rod, wait. Bring a drug? Is he out of his mind? That man wants me to put his son's life in my hands? I can barely remember who I am. And I probably wouldn't last more than a few hours out there. But Rod was right. A man without a past is nothing more than his shadow. He offered to help me get my life back, my memories. So if I want answers, I have only one possible course of action: to get that drug.
Get that drug. All right. Well, I like the visual style of this game. The story.
Before leaving, I should write down everything important I find out in this notebook. It might come in handy if, as Rod says, I'm one of the blankheads the Great Wave left in its wake.
Oh, okay. Oh, my lid's gone. Girl. Fan. Poker players.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead.
Excuse me? What did you call me?
You're Mr. Sleepyhead. I saw you sleeping in Colin's trailer. I'm so glad you're awake now.
I wasn't asleep. I was
Wasn't
sick.
asleep.
No, like a big brown bear, sir. Sometimes I used to watch you sleeping in Rod's house.
Creepy.
A great big lazy, but I'm glad you're awake now. I like your voice. You sound like a night.
So, do you know Rod and
Of course. Well, when they let me out of the van, that is. Rod and his wife have been very nice to me. Sometimes we're very good friends. Are you?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Sleepy.
No, you're. My name is.
There's something odd about this girl's behavior.
Yeah.
It's true that she's very young, but she talks like a little girl. Nice to meet you, Rose.
Do you want me to tell you a secret, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Sure.
Of course.
I have your old clothes. The ones you were wearing when Rod and his wife found you.
Creepy.
I have them in the van. They were going to throw them away, but they gave them to me to wrap my baby in.
What?
He'll be cold now that winter's coming.
Your baby.
Yes, I have a baby, but he's not with me right now. He got lost. Have you seen him? I have another secret to tell you,
okay.
Mr. Sleepyhead.
Back in the van, Rose. Now. Move your ass. Get in there.
Another secret? Just a minute. Wait!
Get in that van, Rose.
What?
It's a very important secret, Mr. Sleepyhead. Something about you. Something about before the Great Wave. But first I have to find my baby.
All right,
Have
quest.
you seen him?
Come on, Rose, you heard me. You don't want to get us mad now, do you?
I have to go. Goodbye, Mr. Sleepyhead.
Poor girl. She's obviously mentally ill. She's just a little girl in a grown-up's body.
And you, if you want to go in there with her, you got to pay like everybody else.
Ooh. Okay.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you
talking to
guys.
us?
That poor girl's not right in the head. She acts like a little girl. How can you people be so unscrupulous?
Rose is an adult. She's earning a living. Like we're all trying to.
Mind your own business.
You're abusing a poor, disturbed girl.
Us? Taking advantage of Rose? Us? You want to insult us?
We're giving her room and board. She's got nothing to... But she's got to work. That's the only thing.
Bring us the money, then you can get in the van with her.
Let me into the van.
Of course, it's none of our business what you want to do with her. But if you go into the van, you gotta pay the price.
Got any money on you?
No, I don't have any on me.
Then come back when you do and quit.
What good is money?
We have a very busy schedule, you know?
The girl said something about a secret involving me. Something from before the Great Wave. It seemed important. But what is it?
I like the
Maybe it was a
larger
product
face
of her
panning in the
madness.
background.
But I need to talk to her inside that van to get some answers. I'll come back with the money.
Now that sounds much better. I see that we're starting to speak the same language.
Poke the generator.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Hey, pal. Touch that generator and you're a dead man. My partner and I don't kid around when it comes to defending what's ours. That clear?
Extremely. I was just curious and wanted to see this relic up close. You don't have to get nervous.
Water tank. Can't go in the van. Alright. Solitary helmet, line of drums.
Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is, it weighs a ton.
Pudding. We got a speakeasy, a bar. To beer cans, is that money? Are we dealing with bottle caps?
A bunch of shit. I can't imagine.
Alright. Some guards with guns. Got this motorcycle.
Hey, Rat. I don't think that motorcycle belongs to you. Or at least I don't remember seeing your name on it anywhere. Am I mistaken?
Are you one of those people who have no respect for private property,
Yep.
bastard? Do you know what we do in this camp with people like you?
I'm beginning to get an idea. I was just curious about this thing. I'm stepping away.
Alright. Well, I'm curious about what that time flashing thing was. Ooh, firing wall. And the visual style is good. Just, you know, I like me a good adventure gamer right now, but the conversation options not being options, just requiring you to go through them all is kind of a drag. And so far, I wish I had the better activity for interaction buttons, stuff like that. But I bet if I talked to all these people, stuff would happen. And yeah. There's some story here. Dissolved and time travel and all sorts of stuff, or theoretical time travel, but yeah. This has been Dead Synchronicity. Tomorrow Comes Today. If you're looking for a darker themed adventure game, this one might be for you. A lot of them usually tend to be a little more chipper, and that's definitely not the case with this one. Cheers.